Oh, I feel good now that we're finally moving. It's happening, man. Get it?
While we're here, we should say what we're doing.
Picking up Ted, heavy hauling pool at the airport.
That's right, we are. We are early, and Ted is early, kind of, maybe on time, and he should be coming through here any minute. It'll be our first time meeting Ted ever in person. I'm thankful to be here for the moment.
Yeah, it's exciting meeting Ted, getting to hang out. It's going to be a good weekend.
It is. We're picking up Ted, and then we're going back to the hotel, maybe for a conversational beverage, then going to bed, waking up in the morning, having breakfast, and then we get to pick up flat broke Sandy and
Nathan Remington.
Nathan in the city, I think it is. And the guy's flying in from the UK, and then we will be going to Hope, where we're
just checking out the electric truck, showing that. Then we're going back from there.
It's a pretty important meeting in Hope, though, this day.
Yeah, a meeting with NBC News is coming up. Do a little piece on it. So poor Sandy and Nathan, they're having like a 18-hour day, and they're going to be on national news in front of a truck that they're seeing for the first time. But
that's right.
Poor guys.
So then
honestly, those guys are legends. They're flying over from the UK just for a 4-day weekend. Like, it's a 10-hour journey to get here just for like 4 days, battling jet lag at the truck show, learning how to drive these long-nose Kenworths. This is going to be a fun weekend. It is going to be jam-packed, but it's going to be fun.
Half of the time that they're here, they're also spent that amount of time will be just commuting back and forth. Like, that's a long way to go for a short stay.
We're used to it in Canada, but like everyone I know that's from England and the UK, Scotland, they have no sense of distance. Like, I was talking with him, he said, oh, like, how far is here? I'm like, oh, it's just the next town over. You're like, oh yeah, the truck show's just in the next town.
Like,
I don't think you need to realize that the next town over is an hour and a half.
Through a mountain range. And yep, so we will be bringing them to Hope and extending their long day. After Hope, we are going to Chace's house, where we are going to... We don't have a dinner there. We're just going there.
We got snacks. So figure like that's by the time we get back, we don't want a big dinner. So I just arranged a bunch of like meats, cheeses, charcuterie, a bunch of drinks, that kind of good stuff. So just hang out, relax. Those guys are probably going to head to bed.
We'll be regrouping, organizing the convoy down the next morning.
At 10 in the morning. So we're going to get up, wake up, have coffee, go out for breakfast, have a good breakfast, do a little test driving at 9. Some of the trucks need some diesel fuel, so we'll throw that in the tanks. Do a little test drive with Sandy, and I'm hoping to roll out on the Coquihalla around 10. Nice slow drive down.
Carl's already down here waiting for us. We brought him down today, so that'll be done. And then we all come down for the truck show, set that up in the daytime. Chase will be registering trucks and things like that. Mm-hmm. And then Friday night, we get to relax for a few minutes and enjoy a little bit of time together. And then
the Friday, once we get the truck to the show, parked, we can actually sit down, hang out, just hang out. Saturday morning is another busy morning. So we'll deal with all the truck show, the big parade, take the go-karts and that. And then we get back, we park up, and then the rest of the weekend is just to relax, enjoy.
Awesome. At the Hope Brigade Days, the diesel electric truck reveal show with donations and proceeds going towards the Children's Hospital.
Yeah, we're hoping to raise like $2,000 for the BC Children's Hospital as well.
There we are.
How's it going?
Pretty good. Pretty good, man.
Finally meet you.
You too. What's up, Deron?
What's up, Ted? Nice to meet you finally.
You too. How's the flight? That's pretty good. The landing was a little kind of like couldn't figure out.
Super windy.
That's
No,
what-
like we were just outside. Like I was outside a little while ago, and it just blew over. And I'm like, oh, this is gotta be a rough night.
Sitting there, you're like, whoosh, whoosh. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm trying to find that center line.
Yeah.
But that was actually the smoothest flights I've ever been on.
Oh, nice.
But you know, I'm 6'2", 340 pounds.
Good enough for that initial moment.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right, should we head her
We're
hotel?
yeah.
Get a drink and stuff.
we are walking to a SkyTrain, which is going to
We
bring
gotta
us right into our hotel.
I have a weird thing. I always look up the history of the airplanes on Wikipedia before we take off.
Oh my gosh, I wouldn't do
My
that.
dad with air disasters. I watch it. And I watch it on the air flight. I think I made the little lady next to me really nervous.
I did that once on a flight to England. Had a bunch of YouTube videos saved of like plane
Yep.
crashes on an iPad. I'm just sitting there watching it.
Well, the funny
You're like,
thing,
excuse me, can you really watch that? Like, yeah.
They said something to you?
Yeah, the guy sitting next to me, like, please stop watching that.
the 319-100 has had 4 accidents on the ground between back into things and other planes hitting it on the ground. It has had 0.
Zero air accident.
I feel like researching that and finding that out would be a peace of mind, but that could go
The
really
opposite
wrong.
way. It'd be like, this is the worst
I'm,
air.
I'm more scared to get on the Boeing on the way back. Also says I'm watching TikTok either.
What?
You see the guy with the wipey? He puts a sticker on, and like after one rotation, it's like the Clorox wipe is like black.
Oh, you mean the hand was? Ugh.
I'm not trying to be like that girl who got famous by licking toilet seats.
I got my shoelaces stuck in here once when I was
There's
a little
this
kid.
movie about that where a little kid gets his like whole foot like stuck in there.
Oh, it's like a 911 thing. Yeah, that traumatized me as a kid.
That happened to me, except I didn't lose my foot, and it traumatized me.
Like I feel like I'm in a museum.
It's a nice airport.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no.
I found that when I went, after I go to the U.S. and the airports, I'm like, there's nothing here. Like it seems very industrialized airport. Like the airport is just there. The ferry people check everything in, and it's a very like, yes, this. Whereas like here, it's like, hey, look. Like if you, I don't know if the U.S. side arrivals, but did you go through the one that has like the pond and the waterfall?
Yeah, like the escalators.
Yeah, and then there's another one. It's got like a. If you're arriving like on the big one, like literal, they have a wildlife observation thing as part of the, and like a bunch of aquariums that you walk through.
I saw a guy sitting there fishing.
I landed it.
Wow, like you're like you walk through like an area like this, and it's all wild. Like they have an aquarium that you walk through in this airport. Like that's a little over the top.
I was in the airport in Singapore, and it was like in a literal jungle. It had like a water oasis waterfall, and it was nuts.
I mean, I feel like airports are the place to invest in cultural because people are there. Why not put the museum in the airport?
Except we booked the room, and it had a pull-up couch for you, and it had this other little couch for me. And then it didn't have the other little couch for me, so I'm sleeping on the floor beside you. Except Chace made me a very nice soft bed. It is a good bed cushion, couch cushion bed.
That's all right. I'm used to sleeping on the last 8 of my mattress. The dog, the daughter, and the wife.
I made the point that we're all truck drivers, so we probably are used to sleeping in some pretty less than ideal conditions.
I can't believe that's a thing.
I didn't realize it was.
Oh, good. That one was recorded?
Maybe I might have just caught it.
Really good.
Yeah, the whiskey Caesar is the way to go. I normally actually ask for whiskey most of the time in the Caesar.
Can you handle hot stuff, spicy? You should try.
But
You can try mine if you want. It's so much better when it burns your face.
I like a heavy Worcestershire.
Extra dirty is how you call it when you order them.
Oh, okay.
Sister sauce.
Tim Hortons used to have a patent for the coffee beans, or the okay for the coffee beans, and they were up for redoing it or to renegotiate, and they didn't do it, and they lost the beans, and the beans actually went from Tim Hortons to McDonald's. McDonald's now supplies them, so McDonald's coffee got a huge improvement. Tim Hortons took a shit, is because McDonald's now sells Tim Hortons coffee.
So, I'm hoping the further we go north, the better it is, because so far, I've learned in Canada you can only have 1 double drink per hour.
Here,
Yes. Restaurants aren't open late. Breakfast
True.
is expensive.
Depending where you are, yeah.
Yeah.
All facts that you have seen here.
But
Yeah,
it's actually kind of
at the casino resort. Yeah,
it's
yeah.
kind of the same way in the United States. So like I used to be able to go like get the truck stuff. You have Pilot Flying J, which have a Denny's or a Subway or something like that. So I used to eat at Denny's a lot, and I used
Yeah.
to be able to like for $16 eat a burger, fries, soda, and still leave like a $3 or $4 tip.
hmm
Now dinner cost me $20. It cost me about $25 for the tip,
Yeah. Yeah.
which would probably be
So,
like $30.
honestly, the small towns are definitely better still. Like, there's no point going to big chains anymore. Like, the big chain truck stops are more expensive than.
That's good. Put her anyway.
The coffee is great, by the way.
Thank
Yep.
you. I made it myself.
Did you grow the beans?
Yes, I tried.
She's awesome.
Mhm.
She's got good humor. Yeah, so we don't. Both Chase and I don't drink Tim Hortons rarely. We drink McDonald's coffee
You know what's good? Have you been to Kakuli yet?
or Starbucks regular.
Yeah, Starbucks
And
is fine.
since you said that on the podcast, I do that, and it good. You just get a regular coffee.
So they're telling me that this whole time I've been seeing all the Canadians drinking Tim Hortons, and Tim Hortons is just McDonald's coffee.
No,
Like-
McDonald's coffee is what Tim Hortons coffee used to be. Like,
The rumor is that a few years ago, Tim Hortons changed their beans, lost their beans. Oh, it's
I had it on 15 seconds.
yeah, got it.
Hold on, what the?
McDonald's. We drink McDonald's coffee, and it is the old good Tim Hortons
Yeah.
coffee.
but I mean, Tim Hortons got bought out by 3G Capital, the same company that in the early 2000s drove Burger King into the ground. Their whole thing is that they buy up companies with a good brand, like a good, well-trusted brand,
And then
they
penny pinch it.
penny pinch the shit out of it, and they ride it for like 10 years off of the fact that, like, oh, hey, it's known as an icon. They push that icon while reducing the quality of everything, penny pinch it, and then they make their money back in 5 years, double their thing over 10 years, and take their money out. So that's literally their entire thing. So that's what they're doing to Tim Hortons right now with 3G Capital. Buy it, they'll figure out, they're like, okay, if we cut all the costs of the ingredients, all the costs of labor, cut everything down to the bare essentials, people will still go there because they recognize the name and the brand. We'll still make our money off of it. And it's such a sketchy thing where it's like, Tim Hortons brings in temporary foreign workers for like absolute minimum. And where I stopped supporting them was after in Fort Nelson. There was a coffee shop up there, locally ran coffee shop. Paid all his workers $24, $25 an hour to work at the coffee shop because Northern Alberta, up the oil patch, that's a going rate when you're just out in the oil patch for like starting wage. Had great coffee, great breakfasts. Tim Hortons came in. Couldn't hire anyone. Brought in a bunch of temporary foreign workers for minimum wage. The other coffee shop ended up closing down. And what was the point of that overall in the economy? We lost a place that had good food, good coffee, locally owned businesses paying $25 an hour, $25 an hour for all their servers, and we replaced it with a major chain. We increased Fort Nelson already had a housing issue because it was in an oil boom like Fort McMurray. So we brought in more people, and now it's like Fort McMurray where it's an oil boom, where to rent a house is like $3,000, like Vancouver prices because it's oil boom. And now these poor people are living 8 people into a house that's supposed to have 2-bedroom house because they can't afford it anywhere. And then the price of everything else was oil boom town prices.
Right.
What
you
was the
screwed
point?
everybody in the town,
Yeah, why
and you cost jobs for locals.
Yeah.
Degraded the quality of everything you're getting, and yeah, good point. And then it screwed even just the effect it had on the rent.
Yeah. And I really think we need something like what Norway has, and just overall for the entire program. What's the average wage in there? Pay more, and then if you can't afford to pay
Right.
more, then you can bring them in. You can't just the going rate up, Fort McMurray is $25 an hour at McDonald's, at a fast food place. Okay, well, we're going to bring people in for $12 an hour, and we're just going to bring them from overseas, and they know nothing about Fort McMurray. They're just going to be happy that they got a job offer in Canada. That's so sketchy, and that's such a shady business practice. It's exploitive to the worker who's going to have a terrible quality of life because you took some guy from the Philippines brought them in, paid them at a place where it's like nowhere near the standard of even living. They think they're going to be able to send all this money home, and they find out that they're still broke after like penny pinching up there.
And they're stuck in a total crap hole type place where they don't know people besides their tiny little community, and there's nothing for them to do.
Fort Nelson's 5 hours away from the next town. You can't even afford to buy a car. There's nothing to do when it's 40 below.
If you're living in Fort
Thanks,
Nelson,
Tim Hortons. This is a great improvement to everybody.
you gotta have money for like at least a side by side or something. If you're living in a town like that, there's nothing to do. Literally, like there's nowhere to go.
Like, I don't know why we let that practice happen.
So, do you guys have places like Denny's, IHOP,
Mm-hmm.
like actual Denny's?
Yeah.
Not like
And the actual IHOP,
like
in-
not a Canadian version?
there is a actual. Well, maybe it's the Canadian version. I haven't been to an American one. I think maybe I did
do an
go to-
American one.
How-
pretty well the exact.
how's the food in a Canadian Denny's?
Kind of shit.
Same thing in the States. Like it's like it went from being like an actual diner to prepackaged frozen type powdered eggs.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
just kind of
exactly
a
what
cheap-
Denny's went to.
Denny's is kind of like a pretty common after the bar type thing where you've had a couple drinks and you want a bunch of food like that, and you don't really care about so much the quality.
Oh, you got to be
Used to
drunk.
good. Back
to go
when
to
I was a kid, they used to be really good. Like going to Denny's with my family in Sacramento.
Yeah.
I just remember it used to be good. But like IHOP, or do they call it IHOP here?
Yeah, there's an IHOP.
When they changed their name to IHOP, you remember that?
No,
International House of
House
It
of
was-
Pancakes.
social media joke.
Oh, okay.
On Twitter, they said no. They posted a picture of IHOP, International House of Burgers.
Oh,
IHOP.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, there aren't very many. I think maybe Vancouver has one, and then there'd be
Surrey
like
has one,
maybe
too.
Kelowna. I don't even know.
Kelowna has one. Yeah.
I know we discussed the best coffee. That McDonald's is better than Tim Hortons.
Absolutely.
I'll
Hands
be
down.
honest though, the best coffee places. But you been to Kakuli yet?
No.
Kakuli is the best coffee because you get Bannock donuts, and it is just 10 out of 10.
Bannock donuts.
Like Saskatoon berry Bannock donuts are like
Do you know what Bannock is?
Saskatoon berries, but Bannock.
Saskatoon berries are like these little berries that grow on bushes. It's kind of a native plant here, I guess. And then Bannock is actual native fry
we
bread.
need to do a video of me trying to pronounce weird city names.
We'll try. We'll do that video on the drive out back on the Coquihalla. Just pronounce the names of the places we go through on the Coquihalla.
Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
If you go to like a First Nations event or like a First Nations thing, they usually somewhere is selling Bannock, and it's fried bread, and you get like a fried bread.
Oh, I thought you were gonna
And-
say try and pronounce First Nation reserve
No.
names. I'm like, we're getting canceled there. We're getting canceled immediately.
And then you put like jam or butter, or you put butter and cinnamon and sugar on your Bannock, and it's delicious.
Oh, Bannock is
But
the best.
We need to
brand
talk
there.
on that again. The coffee. So yes, being legitimate Canadians who are established, we both Chace and I prefer McDonald's coffee over Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons, everyone say coffee, relate coffee to Tim Hortons, but the coffee has taken a huge downgrade. The rumor is that Reddit, the Reddit rumor is that Tim Hortons had the good beans, and then they whatever happened, they didn't renew it with it, or they didn't pay enough, and now McDonald's sells the old beans that Tim Hortons has. And now McDonald's, we should do a taste test and put Tim
We
Hortons
should.
and McDonald's and see which one is the better one.
And it's kind of a letdown because being an American, well, no, I guess we're all North Americans, but from the States, like I see all these things and I have these expectations in my head, like I'm going to go to Tim Hortons, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And then you hear it from the people who live here and they're like, oh, it's
So,
just not that
Oh,
great.
do you guys have Swiss Chalet down in the States?
I have no idea, to be honest.
Okay.
Like
We-
Panera Bread or something?
It's like a restaurant chain in Canada, Swiss Chalet. But the restaurant we're staying, or not the restaurant we're staying at, the hotel we're staying at is called the Swiss Chalets. And Swiss Chalet is known as like a big restaurant chain. But I'm going to try and convince Sandy and Nathan, if they've ever heard of Swiss Chalet, that it's just a big Canadian chain.
We should get me, Sandy, and Nathan, and you, and we should pronounce different things from Canada because they're that was hilarious.
If you if you just start trying to pronounce the native named places, like even Kamloops is a
Yeah,
easy
no
one
one knows how to pronounce an
but
upside down question mark in the middle of a word.
but the most important thing for me, and I'm a big guy, is breakfast. And I found that breakfast is just as expensive here as it is in the States.
definitely where we
we're
are.
gonna see. We're gonna see. This place was highly recommended. It's called
Mhm.
the Curve, and their buffets are down. I was looking forward to that. I mean,
I was too, to be
I think
honest.
we all were, but
Yeah.
it's fine. There are plenty of places. Kind of seems like more of a resorty.
We're in the casino, so that's what it is. This is the resort casino type thing. I mean, the resort hotel. This is not the place where you'd usually stay. And for a continental hotel breakfast, usually you would have a free continental breakfast with your hotel.
Right.
And I'm surprised that at such an expensive hotel like Chase provided for us, there isn't one.
And $17 for 2 eggs. They must come from Golden Eggs.
It was $15 a drink for us last night too when we had our bedtime nightcap.
That's about right, because even in the States, we pay for a double like $7 a shot in most places. And then they do have fantastic
Thank
coffee
you.
here.
And what kind of coffee is it that we have here that's so fantastic?
Mhm.
You say?
Well, it's black coffee, and that works.
Yeah, but that's
They
how you
told
should
me
drink
it
coffee.
came.
That is how you should drink
Come on,
coffee.
they told me
I could get that.
and tamales. Put ketchup on tamales.
Wait, is ketchup not a thing on burritos? I've always done.
Oh no, people lose their mind. No, I made a TikTok.
Really?
Like 40, 50,000 views, and people were just going crazy.
McDonald's gives you ketchup with your burritos.
I
Yeah.
know breakfast burritos, but I'm talking like a carne asada burrito or a bean burrito.
Okay.
Like the frozen microwavable
Oh.
lunch burrito, like the El Monte burritos.
They're like, you should be eating salsa with that, not ketchup. Okay, that's more understandable to me, but I still disagree.
But tamales. You guys ever had dessert tamales?
We don't even, I don't even know a place to buy a tamale.
Usually in the Walmart parking lot at like 2 o'clock in the morning. There's
Not
a
here.
Mexican lady walking around. Tamales?
Really?
Yeah.
Never seen
Really?
Yeah.
it. I wish. Now, are tamales those things that are like wrapped in a banana leaf? That are,
Oh, wait, maybe? No, corn husk.
okay, corn husk, yeah, but it's like that.
It's like cornmeal, and they put the meat in it, and it's like a Mexican Hot Pocket.
Yeah, I know what it is, but like you would have to go to like a legitimate Mexican restaurant to get that, and like I'd say probably like 1 out of 5 might have the tamales. I don't.
So, before I came over, the night before, I went to Walmart to get all my like toiletries and stuff. Lady walking around tamales. How much? And she was like $20 for a dozen or whatever, kind of normal price. And I gave her a couple bucks. I'm like, let me get one. And then I open it up and I check it. I'm like, no bueno. I'm like, that's all cornmeal. I was like, there's no meat. And she just looks at me and I was like, you guys used to make them good. Like when you buy them at Walmart, they would be packed with like meat. And they've gotten to the point where it's like they make them cheaper and cheaper. I'm like, I'm not gonna buy, a dozen cornmeals for $20.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So we have buddies that our parents make tamales. Every once in a while they'll call us and like, hey, do you want to put an order in? And they make them.
It's right here. And they didn't bring you one. They didn't bring me one. I stole yours.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be legit. Someone's parents making tamales and like homemade ones. I'd get in on that. And then can you just put them in your freezer and heat them up later, or what?
Yeah. But it is to get eaten before you can freeze them.
They're packing the weight on one extra axle, but they don't have the drive weight to climb the hill.
What? Oh no, thank you.
Thanks.
Go ahead.
Like the coffee.
Oh, it's good.
Everybody's okay?
Oh, we're good.
Very much, thanks. We'll probably get the bill.
That's the bill, please.
Right, so you got that you're putting the extra weight on it, but you don't have the extra drives on it. With the mountains here, you need every axle to be driving, especially if you're going to put more weight on it.
Yeah.
And when you go to logging, would be a great example that you can really recognize the difference between a tandem and a tri-drive, because all the tandems have to put on 2 sets of chains. You have to put on 1 set of chains.
Oh, there's so many times you can
And
run no chains on a tri-drive.
even
the
that,
tandems are running
the-
full 2
yeah,
sets of triples.
The tandems are chained up, and you're going up the hill, or you're the only one who made it up the hill, and all the tandems are spun out. So it really shows you.
Plus, most tandems are Super Bs now for short logs,
Yeah.
and like that is just awful. Like packing running with your trailer on the ground is the dumbest thing you can do.
See, in the wintertime, when I'm going up a hill, I just flip my axle up
Yeah.
I put all the weight on my drives.
That's what I'd be doing.
And in the icy roads, I don't have my
It down.
drop axle down. And if I do, I have it to like 30 psi
Yeah.
towards just down to where it won't skid.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chase.
You bet. Oh, this company.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Edison.
Ron.
We're reaping in the director benefits now.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Tron.
Thank you,
Again.
Ron.
That could be.
No, that's all right.
You have your GoPro set up? Or
Yeah,
or
I
you
did.
just turn the whole camera
Sometimes
on?
I need it for work with the
They have a
company car.
setting
Sometimes
where
I don't,
it'll
and I don't think I need it.
backtrack.
Yeah, but your camera has to be running. It has to be
Drains the
on.
battery.
Yeah, that's why I don't do it. That
See, I wish GoPro would make like this into a battery,
Yeah.
ooh,
and where you just plug this in, and it could help power the camera. But see, when I emailed GoPro about that, they told me that like it's an action cam,
You've got your key to
and 90% of the shots that you get with a GoPro are not meant for long-term shooting. Like it's just like you put it in somewhere to get a shot. That's why they designed it with their battery life the way it is, because it was never meant to be like a you record for 2 or 3 hours on one battery.
What if we sold a little gas-powered generator that said not a Tesla charger?
Yes.
I wonder if I leave my luggage in here, will it make a complete round?
should we try? Woohoo! Fancy luggage. Nice. We're in Canada here.
Yeah, it's like an alternate universe.
It's not true. There's not a constant smell of bacon in the background. That's a stereotype.
Is he really gonna pull your truck up?
Right? I feel like, bud, we got this.
What's up?
Oh my gosh. Jeez, that's a Roma. Oh. Okay.
All right, we good to go?
Yeah, it's got wind back right, back left window. It doesn't.
Giuseppe
Oh, hold on. Maybe it's travel lock.
I did it.
Oh.
Giuseppe said on that video I did yesterday in the train about seeing you guys.
Yeah.
They look like crisis actors to me.
I'm always fucking with them saying that they're crisis actors. Oh, maybe it doesn't work in the back. Oh, let's try it now. Maybe that's a child lock.
No, I got it.
Oh, maybe my child lock's broken.
Okay, maybe put the back one up, and I'll just control my side.
You can do your side?
Yeah.
Okay, it's just that one then.
That's my
Just roll the fucking windows down, bud.
Yeah, that's all you need. Did you take the lockout tag out, or are we good to go?
No, we left it on.
pulled over for sure now.
He's a criminal. He's taking off with the lockout tag out on.
I can't break the law on video.
He won't even go and drive. Well, it's a good thing because we need to back out.
Like the long-term part.
Is this recording?
It is.
Oh, it is?
It is. Mind you, it's nothing we really use. It's just in case I'm pretty good at it.
We go to federal prison, they bring this part up.
TikTok is so fucking picky for anything to do with safety.
I hate the fact that they can't determine a parked car. Like, you would think that the app would know if your phone's moving based on your cellular signal or something. Like,
That's my biggest point. I get like videos taken down for safety reasons. I'm like, I was doing an instructional video on the truck. Like, even if the vehicle is moving, there's times where like with that 5 and 4 that I really want to show people like how to drive it, and I try to do like videos where I mounted the camera as I was driving, still taken down. It's like I mounted it hands-free while stock, recorded the video, and then edited it later. And like I'm not even on a public road. I'm in a dirt lot. I'm not on public roads. I'm hands-free recording. How else can I show you this informational video?
It'd be nice if their rules were consistent also. but like you will watch a video of someone that has a huge view count, and it'll be doing something like a crazy stunt on a bike or something.
Yeah, blue checkmark people.
Yeah, and then you put up a video of you doing a tutorial on driving a truck, and they're like, no, dangerous. Like, how is that?
I don't understand how the blue check mark works. Like, there's some people that have like I've seen one guy with like 8,000 followers, blue check mark. Like, what?
So usually people that don't have a very large following that have a blue check mark are related to something else that does.
In another
And it's kind of like a package deal. Like, this will have to be excluded. But I asked him, like, how do you get the blue check mark? And he played stupid. Like, he wouldn't even answer me. I'm like, that proves my point. You paid for it.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I want to know who to pay. Tell me who to pay. He's like, I don't know. You just figure it out. I'm like,
That's super frustrating. I hate people like that.
Those people that...
well, because, like, you're not allowed to, like, talk about it. Like, you can jeopardize what you have if you tell other people. Like, I don't know. I've gotten in, talked to people about it.
Mainly I want it for Edison or something, because there's a bunch of people that try and make fake Edison motors. Like, we were having that issue at the start, where people were making fake Edison Motors account that look real and be like, hey, if you need to invest, you can go to this website. And they're just running a PayPal investment, like fake crowdfunding thing.
You're going to have to get a PR firm. And, like, after you get, like, some TV coverage, you have your news coverage. That's why I was telling you to reach out to, like, article writers and try to get a couple articles published in a notable publication, because you can submit all that stuff and try to get...
I mean, we do. We have tons of articles published. Like, we're even going to be on NBC.
That's what I'm saying is, like, once you have enough stuff to present to them, like, hey, we're in the public's eye.
But, like, I wonder how, like, who you even talk to, like, present that stuff. Because, like, you see, like, large businesses come in immediately verified. They're like, oh, we're just going to make a TikTok account.
You got to know people that can get a hold of people at TikTok.
Yeah.
That's what I say, a PR firm.
Yeah.
I'm sure if you made a video saying, hey, we're trying to get the Edison Motors account verified so that you guys...
I feel like that's one of my most annoying things is, like, TikTok themselves paid us to do promotion, acknowledge that what we're doing is cool, and wouldn't give us a fucking blue... Like, TikTok themselves...
Have you tried contacting the people that contact you from TikTok and say, what?
Yeah, they're like, sorry, we're not, we can't help people with verification. They just straight up say, like, we get asked that all the time, but we can't help people with verification. That's a different area.
I read the criteria, and one of them was you're getting copycatted by people, and they're
Which we are.
Yeah, and you are, and there's money at stake on it too.
You might have to look into hiring a lawyer that knows social media, because they can probably present the paper. They probably know who to get a hold of and send certified letters to TikTok.
Uh-oh. They built these now. This used to be the overheight parking.
Yeah, I went in this with my pickup, and I had to lift the car on the rear and bring the street.
Right there. 6'6". Fuck. 7.
Are you?
Yeah.
You can't go. You're gonna have to go that way.
Yeah. Oh, that doesn't look 6'6", though, does it?
That bar is movable. I've done it. You can just...
but it might be a low thing somewhere else. This used to be overheight, and then they built all that.
Let the air out of your tires.
Right? Yeah, we wouldn't make that. It's those big ears off the headache rack, eh? Really nice for securing shit, too, and having it not slide off the racks. Super annoying for underground parking.
Cut them off, and then make pins to go down in there with a cotter pin so you can take them off. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Restricted area.
Well, there's got to be a way out. I'll just explain, be like, hey, you guys didn't warn us that...
So the problem is the parking garage is 6 kilometers tall, and I'm just kidding. Is it? Wait, 6'6". What measurement is that?
That's in feet. The meters is next to it.
6'6". You should say kilometers.
So it's 6
kilometers.
Why is 6'6" the primary unit of measurement?
I had the metric, but
dude, everything confuses me here.
Yeah,
it's like the foreign United States. I don't know how to explain it. like the thermostat. Like I had to ask Siri to do calculations for me. So
we can ask that, like that guy right there.
that guy, I don't know.
We'll just have to go to the value long term.
Are you long term?
Yeah.
So we are in a fancy Ford oil-filled pickup.
We are.
This is a fancy truck for an oil-filled truck.
Oh, for a crew truck. It's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, something like this in the States, what they would do. So they would literally take a truck like this,
Yeah.
throw a lift kit on it, repaint it, clean the interior, and turn around and sell it for $30,000.
I did that once. I bought a $7,500. I got a Chevy Duramax 3500. Yeah, $7,500. Got a Chevy Duramax 3500. I know. The cop right behind us on both sides. I'll restart that story. So I got a Chevy Duramax 3500 diesel. It had, I think, about 100,000 kilometers. Got a wicked deal, 7,500. I literally turned around, cleaned it up, detailed the interior. Like, it was muddy, it was grimy, it looked gross. 2 weeks later, sold it for 19,500. Just buying it at Ritchie Brothers and reflipping it. Like, problem is that like that was 6-7 years ago.
Oh,
Everybody
yeah.
knows about Ritchie Brothers now.
Well, I think that social media has ruined the auctions because back before social media, like video stuff anyways, auctions were like things that like certain people did, but not everybody. And now you have these kids building rebuilding wrecked Lamborghinis out of their garage. And like everybody's doing the auction thing. And I follow a couple car dealers, used car dealers, and every time they go to the auction, they're like, it is flooded with people that have no business being at the auction. And it's the same thing like storage wars. When that whole thing came out, everybody started buying storage units.
Yeah.
It made it popular. Like that's just how it goes. Like, where are we going?
We got to go basically back to the hotel and then take the SkyTrain because they got rid of the overhead parking at the airport because they're building that new parking. We got to take the SkyTrain. Yeah.
I wonder if I can check on it.
Oh, you should have dropped us off.
I could have
We
waited.
would have
It's
had to.
free though from the value long term into town. You know, that's the thing that ticks me off is like, it was whatever. We paid $3 a person, and it's free for inside the airport to commute around the airport. The train's free, but as soon as we left the airport, we had to pay. It was $3 to do one stop, but to leave the airport and go one additional stop beyond was fucking $30. Like, how did that work? Why was it $3 to go to the airport, $30 to get back from the airport?
Don't take my.
So the funny thing is, the Canadians from here don't even know how to park in the airport.
No.
I get anxiety. Like, he's doing 10 times better than me. But like,
It's just like, I hate that they constantly get rid of.
let's go to Disneyland.
Oh, that's actually a really nice mall.
Oh, looks like look kind of weird. It looks like an entrance to Disneyland or something.
Honestly, this is what I've been saying for so long with urban planning. One big parking lot outside, and rather than pulling up to the door of each store, you walk around the different area. So instead of having a long line of stores with parking in front, it's a main parking area, and then you walk around, and then, yeah, the whole thing is just, it is 10 out of 10. Like, this is proper urban planning, in my opinion.
See, like the crazy thing with Canada is like I see a lot of the same stuff, like the signs, the cars.
But you know those are all the same no matter where you go in the world, right?
What?
Signs. And
Basically, but like in Mexico, like the signs are, I don't know, they're different. Like that one looks different. The parking ones are the same.
Oh,
wait, how is this value long term? I'm on a dirt
I
road.
think we're whipping, and it said turn around here. Unless we turn right somehow and get back.
So Sandy and Nathan, if you're watching this at a later point in time, we
We're sorry
tried.
we're
We are
late.
trying. We are trying. Chase has.
His pickup's too tall.
He's
for
not.
parking.
He's. We need to get back out to the boondocks.
So I had to go straight, not right.
What is the point of this road? Why does this road exist? I'm just gonna.
What are you doing long-term parking?
I'm just gonna go to Google Maps, and we're gonna go to the overhead view here.
Hourly?
$4 an hour. Fuck sakes. Holy shit, bud.
As far as you can.
$4 an hour times 24.
We're gonna.
Oh. Wait.
No, they usually have a maximum.
No, press green.
That'd be
Pay
96
upon
bucks
exit.
a day.
Okay.
They took a picture of your plate, so. Oh, what's your on the front plate? Oh, they gave you this?
Yeah, you put that token in when you leave.
Oh, we just get a piece of paper with a magnetic strip.
That's how most places work.
Park in the EV.
We got to do some good videos if we can get the truck show done and all that. Parked in a EV charging with a Kenworth. We're going to make some people fucking mad. I can't wait to show up with like a nice long logs and everything, Jeep and pole, and take a wheeler right into the middle of downtown. And I want to make a point, be like, there's no EV charging infrastructure for semi trucks. Is it semi trucks where you're from? Everyone bugs me when I say semi.
Honestly, I don't know at this point. I'm like,
I say semi.
Semi, it's
no, so we usually say like tractor trailer.
yeah, truck trailer. I always say semi truck.
If I say it's like semi truck, people think I'm Canadian.
All right, we're gonna go park in the nosebleeds here.
At the Salt Lake International Airport, they have little like bus stations you sit at. Bus comes around, picks you up, brings you to the airport.
Oh, that's slick.
Well, if you swing around, you can pull.
Oh, hey, look at that. Yeah.
I don't think anyone will.
What a fucking prime spot here.
I don't know that you could pull forward and get out.
With a lot of fucking jimmying.
Well, at least no one can park behind you anyway. It's not a spot right
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, we're leaving the bags in the back, or are we going to bring them in here? Like, tough call.
People don't do that here in Canada, huh?
I'm
Generally,
not
no,
super
but
worried
in
about it.
Vancouver, it's
I
worse.
mean, the importance
At the airport, you're normally all right at an airport, but
Hold on.
it's up to you. I'm gonna leave mine because I don't have anything in there that I care
I
about.
just have clothes and toiletries. I mean, my bag is worth more than clothes, honestly. Ireland and England or Scotland?
Scotland and England, I believe.
Scotland and England. Hey, you guys have a lot of excavators.
Flat out,
Escalators, not excavators.
Flat out, flat broke Sandy and Big Nathan in the city. Oh my god.
Escalators.
It's giant.
Don't touch the handrail.
You guys got a lot of excavators here. I mean,
Yeah, we do.
Just make it take up. Yeah, we're hopping on the excavator.
You just do it for the people correcting you in the comments, right? It's fun leaving little shit like that. People that just spur comments. Oh, you touched it.
Oh yeah.
Right. Notice your dirty hand too. Your wounded hand. See this wound on Chase's hand there? That's not a go-kart.
Not a go-kart casualty.
Casualty.
I cannot wait. Turns out you rip them down a hill at 40 and try and barrel roll it. It doesn't end well.
It does.
We're gonna test the. When I get on not a go-kart, it's gonna really test the mechanical stroke